Hey guys, Hopeless Hallow here. Today we'll be talking about the various monsters in D&D, and the free ones you can get on D&D Beyond. Now, the ones that are here are way too many to count, even the free ones. So I'll be going over how to read a monster stat sheet. So let's go with a good old reliable zombie. Now, there are many different types of zombies, but for today we're going to stick with our simple zombie. Now, by clicking here, you can see its stat sheet and a description if it has one. You can also open it up in a new tab by clicking there or there. And it brings you to this. It gives you more of an in-depth guide in what zombies are like. Most creatures don't have this, but for something as basic and as common as a zombie, it does. But how do you read one of these? Well, there's an audio file of how to say it here.
Zombie.
And its stat sheet here. So you'll see its name, its size, its type, and its alignment. You'll see its armor class, or AC, its hit points, what you should normally do, or if you want it to be randomized. You can adjust this accordingly, as this can be quite random. Its walking speed, or flying, or swimming, it'll say, but if it doesn't say, then it's walking. Its stats, like strength, dex, con, intelligence, whiz, and charisma. The full titles are strength, dex, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. They also have their modifiers here. They have their saving throws here, what they're proficient in, meaning the zombie's wisdom saving throw wouldn't be a -2, but a 0 instead. It has immunities, condition immunities, like poison, and being poisoned. They can also have resistances, which will go here as well. Under senses, you can see its different senses like true sight, dark vision, and such. The zombie has 60 feet of dark vision. Some creatures are blind beyond their type of vision, though, like slimes, for instance. They also have passive perception for those people who want to sneak around. And the languages. Understands the languages in use in life, but cannot speak. As its challenge rating. What challenge rating means is how tough it is, on average. A challenge rating 1 would mean it's a medium encounter for a party of level 1 adventurers. So, for a challenge rating 1/4, this would be a medium encounter for 1/4 level characters. Technically, 1/4 levels characters doesn't exist. So you'd want to put 2 or 3 in. Now, challenge ratings are exponential when you add them together. So you wouldn't want to add 4 zombies together and consider it a challenge rating 1, as long as they aren't too terribly lower than the characters' levels. Being hit multiple times by average attacks rather than a heavy attack can be worse in some cases. A lot of creatures have abilities. That's what makes them unique. The zombie has undead fortitude. If it would be reduced to 0 hit points, it can make a constitution saving throw with a DC of 5 plus the damage taken, unless the damage is taken from a radiant or critical hit. On a success, the zombie drops to 1 hit point instead. They also have their actions here, usually attacks, but sometimes can be spells and abilities. The zombie has Slam. It's a melee weapon attack, so 5 feet range. It has +3 to hit. Here's its range here. It only hits 1 target. And on a hit, it does 4 damage on average, or 1d6 plus 1. And here's the type of damage. There are types of monsters, though, that have things known as legendary actions. The most generic of these are dragons. So if we just pull up one of our stronger dragons here, like an adult black dragon, you'll see as he is a much more powerful creature than just some random zombie, he has a much bigger and more impressive stat sheet, with much bigger numbers for its health, armor class, speed, strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, and so on. But legendary actions. The dragon can take 3 legendary actions, choosing from the options below. Only 1 legendary action can be used at a time, and only at the end of another creature's turn. The dragon regains spent legendary actions at the start of its turn. So there's for this adult black dragon, again, it has detect, meaning it can make a perception check, usually to find a hidden character that it might notice missing. A tail attack. It uses one of its attacks. So up here, there's the tail attack, so it would use this just during an opponent. After an opponent's turn. And finally, a wing attack. It's its own special attack that can only be used from legendary action. It beats its wings. Every creature within 10 feet of the dragon must succeed on dexterity saving throw or take some damage and be knocked prone. The dragon can then fly up to half its flying speed. Very useful. And finally, there are monsters that can cast spells. Like, let's say, the Lich, a powerful undead spellcaster. So if we open up this here, you'll notice a lot of it's the same. It even has legendary actions, like the adult black dragon. But you'll notice this section here, spellcasting. The Lich is an 18th level spellcaster. Its spellcasting ability is intelligence. Its DC for save is listed here, and within its attack bonus. It also has the following spells prepared. Feel free to adjust these as needed. They have cantrips, first level spells, and their slots here. Second level spells and their slots, and so on. This Lich is one of the most powerful ones, as it goes all the way to 9th level. And that's how you read a monster stat sheet. It's pictures here, and you can search for it using the various different things. Like the name here, the challenge rating. You can search the different options. Its size, anywhere from tiny to gargantuan. What environment it comes from. So the desert, mountains, urban, who knows. There's also some advanced options. You can select what alignment it is. Its armor class, hit points, average of course. Its senses like dark vision, true sight, and such. Its proficiency saves, in case you have a really tricky warlock who has an annoying charisma save spell. Some proficiencies. Is it legendary? Is it mythic? Does it have a lair? Its resistances, immunities, condition immunities, vulnerabilities. Languages, so maybe to converse with the monster. Movement type, if you want something that can fly. Tags, like certain different types, like angel or artificer. Source categories, same with the spells, I wouldn't really use this category. Or sources, you usually want to choose the basic rules for the free ones. And monster subtypes, like angel, bullywug, changeling, demon, such. You can also choose the types up here, or what you want to search. Aberrations, beasts, celestials, constructs, dragons, elementals, fae, fiend, giant, humanoid, monstrosity, ooze, plant, and undead. All monsters fall into these categories one way or another. Aberrations are alien-like creatures, sometimes not even from this dimension. Beasts are usually wild animals, or some form of them. Celestials are usually angels or something that come from the higher planes. Constructs are inanimate objects that come alive, whether through magic or made as a machine. Dragons are, dragons. Elementals are beings of pure energy made into a conscious creature. Fae are things like fairies and elves, mystical, usually woodland creatures. Fiends are devils and demons. Giants are, giant. Humanoids are like you and me, and basically have this human-like shape. Monstrosity are monsters that can't be described in under one real category, and can be various different abominations. What makes them different from aberrations? Aberrations are usually alien and magical like, while monstrosities are more down to earth, although still just as terrifying. Oozes are things like slimes. Plants are plants, whether sentient or not. And undead are zombies, skeletons, various things that should be dead but aren't for some reason. And that's how to search for monsters on this. That's all for now. Bye.